Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well on this fine January morning and that you had a restful weekend. As a result of so many excellent initiatives happening last term, my scheduled assembly slot was unable to happen. I think it was needed by Hart's young homeless, but it equally could have been the police when they came in to focus on online safety and our responsibilities when we are online, which is the focus of the assembly today I've been asked to deliver to you. An emphasis on responsibility. But what actually is responsibility? It is a word that is used continuously around schools, so let's take a minute to examine the word itself, as they often have multiple meanings. To be responsible has 6 sub-definitions in the Oxford English Dictionary. Yep, 6. I won't write them all out here, but all have a similar variation on the theme of being liable to be called to account to a person or a thing. And to be responsible is to also be morally accountable for one's actions and to involve responsibility. Responsibility in turn means the state of being responsible and to have the ability to act independently and make decisions. What it means to have responsibility changes greatly in terms of your personal circumstance. This weekend has seen some big examples of responsibility hitting the news headlines around the world. 2 examples include the Australian government taking a decision to deport Novak Djokovic as the row over his unvaccinated status and exemption that he was given reached new heights. The Australian government clearly feeling they have a responsibility to respect the hard COVID measures that the Australian people endured over the last 2 years. And the board of directors taking the decision to sack Rafael Benitez as manager of the greatest football club in the world, Everton, of course. The board clearly felt they had a responsibility to the fans to deliver better results and better performances than what has been offered for much of the season. But outside of sport and throughout human history, there are a great many wonderful examples of people showing responsibility. One of the most famous examples is from 110 years ago. In fact, 17th of January 1912, exactly 110 years ago today, if you are watching this on the Monday morning, is the anniversary of Captain Robert Falcon Scott's expedition reaching the South Pole as part of his Terra Nova expedition. They set off from the UK in June 1910, 18 months earlier in the Terra Nova ship. The final march to the South Pole, with the aim of being the first humans to ever reach the Antarctic pole, began on foot on the 1st of November 1911. To the pole and back to base on the Ross Ice Shelf would be a round trip there and back of 862 miles on foot, in temperatures that got as low as minus 40 degrees and never above 0 degrees. All undertaken in 1910s clothing, as you can see Captain Scott wearing. It was some achievement that the party of 5 reached the South Pole at all on the 17th of January 1912. But when they did, they found an abandoned tent belonging to the Norwegian explorer Amundsen, who had reached the South Pole just 35 days earlier. Scott and Amundsen were in a race to be the first to get there, and Scott was devastated after a 2.5-month walk in appalling conditions to find he had lost. The team stayed 2 nights to rest and then had to set off on the same 2.5-month walk back to their base on the Ross Ice Shelf. It was on that last march that one of the greatest examples of selfless heroism and responsibility was recorded. After months on the ice, one of the men, Captain Oates, began to suffer from frostbite. You can see Captain Oates sat down just in front of Captain Scott in the middle of the photo there. He's just to the right as you're looking at it. Captain Oates's toes were literally becoming frozen, and he could not walk properly, and the progress of the party slowed dramatically as a result. Food was running out, and they were getting exhausted. By the 16th of March, Captain Oates was reduced to virtually crawling his way along the ice, barely doing a couple of miles in the day. With toes now completely frostbitten, he knew he was facing certain death, and his companions' refusal to leave him behind meant his condition was compelling them to the same fate. As they camped on the 17th of March, Captain Oates decided enough was enough. He wasn't going to be responsible for all his companions facing the same certainty that he was. So, with his frostbitten toes, he voluntarily left the tent and walked to his death. Scott wrote in his journal for that day the last words Oates said to them as he left. "I'm just going outside, and I may be some time." There was no ceremony, no discussion, just a selfless act of a man not wanting to be responsible for the loss of others. A painting of Captain Oates leaving the tent, called A Very Gallant Gentleman by John Charles Dolman, hangs in the Cavalry Club in London. It was commissioned by officers of the Inniskillen Dragoons in 1913, his regiment, upon hearing of their fellow soldiers' actions. As well as famous examples of people being responsible, there are also famous quotes, including this one. "Responsibility is the price of greatness." This was a quote by the person who is often considered one of the greatest Britons to have lived. Indeed, he was voted as such by an extensive TV programme in 2002. Sir Winston Churchill, the famous politician, led the UK against Nazis during the Second World War and was later Prime Minister in the 1950s. The quote has many layers, but ultimately most scholars believe its best meaning is that it helps to understand the actions of those who lead the way. With this in mind, and in light of the extraordinary events that have unfolded in the past couple of weeks, you can only imagine what Sir Winston Churchill would make of all the issues surrounding number 10 Downing Street and the breaking of COVID rules by those same people who made them up, in particular the Prime Minister. This is not said with any political agenda, but from the point of view of using current affairs to highlight our theme of responsibility. The Prime Minister is the face of UK politics. That comes with responsibility. It's the morally accountable for one's actions bit of the definition. As we also know, the Prime Minister is a leader of the House of Commons, and ergo the leader of British politics, as the Conservatives have an 80-seat majority. This comes with a different aspect of responsibility. That is, the state of being responsible and to have the ability to act independently and make decisions, bit of the definition. It is not difficult to see why people are so angry with Boris Johnson at the moment. He has admitted attending a gathering of around 30 people where eating and drinking was encouraged, i.e. being at a party, rather than a work event. This was at a time when you could only meet something like 6 people or 2 households outdoors. Breaking those rules himself is clearly not being responsible and not being accountable for your actions. Responsibility is one of our core values here at Hitchin Boys, and the responsibility we are all required to show is constantly changing as society changes. What it means to have responsibility changes significantly depending on the context you find yourself in. Mr Moan, as head teacher, has a set of responsibilities, such as ensuring the school is financially secure, that your teachers do not. Your teachers have a responsibility to ensure Hitchin Boys is a safe and secure learning environment for all of you. The sixth form have a responsibility to be positive role models for the younger students. All members of our student body have a responsibility to each other and to the wider community to uphold our core values of respect, resilience, teamwork, ambition, and resilience. This is why responsibility was voted by you, your parents and staff as one of our 6 core values. As you sit listening, think about someone who you believe to be a positive role model of responsibility in your life. It might be a parent, an older brother or sister, or one of your teachers. What makes them a positive role model of responsibility? Is there anything, no matter how small, that you can learn from them to become more responsible yourself? Think about how you will conduct yourself this week, next week, and the weeks beyond. Hopefully, it will be in a responsible way that shows respect and kindness to each other. For form tutors, please feel free to follow this up with a form discussion on responsibility and role models the boys may identify if there is time. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and thank you very much for listening.